Perhaps you're one of the thousands who only wake up with their latte in mind or what combination of coffee they'll have that day. You may also be a part of the abstainers who stay away from coffee at all costs or just straight up hate it. But there's no way you can move around your workplace without seeing white coffee cups with names scribbled on them in Sharpie. The effect Starbucks has gathered over the past years is nothing short of immense that has made coffee the staple mark of the modern world. As the most popular coffee house, Starbucks sets the pace for many others. We're OnlyBrands, the channel dedicated to bringing you awesome, regular content on the world's hottest brands. Let's do this. Number 1. Moby Dick. The corporate world is defined by names, from simple ones like Apple and Bing to what the heck ones like Tequila Mockingbird or Donkey Balls Coffee. Starbucks is good as they come in that department. The household name was inspired by Moby Dick, or so the urban legend says. However, Gordon Bowker, a co-founder who named the company, debunked this rumor in a recent interview. The real credit for the Starbucks name goes to a mining map. Bowker's business partner had previously mentioned that influential names start with ST, which motivated Bowker and his pals to make a list of names with ST. Amidst the hard luck finding a proper name, the trio spotted a town named Starbo on the mining map of the Cascade Range, which instantly sparked the memory of Starbuck from Moby Dick. And right there, it was born, Starbucks. Number 2, 1987. Beyond the depths of its naming, Starbucks was formed by Jerry Baldwin, Zev Siegel, and Gordon Bowker, 3 University of San Francisco students who shared an uncommon love for coffee in the 60s. They were all fans of Alfred Pete's coffee shop, Pete's Coffee and Tea, which inspired the trio to sell high-quality coffee back in Seattle. In fact, Pete became a generous mentor of the trio and showed them the ropes. Starbucks was established in 1971, but focused on selling everything except coffee drinks. You could get whole bean coffee, tea, and spices in bulk at every Starbucks. The store also offered a range of coffee makers, grinders, and teapots. In 1981, Howard Schultz visited Starbucks to fill the store's plastic cone filters order. The following year, Schultz started working for Starbucks as director of marketing. Schultz made a trip to Milan in 1983, which immersed him in Italian coffeehouse culture. After his return, he successfully convinced the founders to begin selling espresso beverages. The stars aligned in 1984 when Starbucks served its first latte in downtown Seattle. However, the model was declared unsustainable after considering the costs of espresso machines and the American unfamiliarity with espresso. Schultz left Starbucks to form his own store, Il Giornale, with a $150,000 investment from the original Starbucks. Some other 25 investors contributed towards the total of $500,000. When Il Giornale finally opened, the store offered coffee, ice cream, minimal seating, and opera music. However, the coffee house became such an incredible success that Schultz bought the original Starbucks for $3.8 million in 1987. Il Giornale was renamed to Starbucks, and the rest is history. Number 3, capes or aprons. Every Starbucks is manned by a dedicated workforce of baristas. These baristas are the true backbone of the company, who endlessly strive to make your caffeine cravings a pleasant experience. In your local Starbucks, you must have noticed the different colorway of aprons worn by the baristas. No, it's not a fashion trend, and the green and black aprons are definitely not a House of the Dragons thing. These colors represent something much deeper. Although the green apron has become the face of Starbucks, you will definitely encounter several others. Black aprons are worn by certified coffee masters, meaning these baristas have completed Starbucks education program. Red aprons are usually worn in the spirit of good cheer on the holidays, and you should be glad for the privilege of their expert contribution to your dose of caffeine. The out-of-place aprons with embroidered American flags, which you may have spotted, means the barista is either a veteran or married to military personnel. You may have also seen green aprons embroidered with ASL fingerspelling. These unique aprons are for baristas who are deaf and only communicate with ASL instead. Other aprons embroidered with motorboards indicate graduates of Starbucks College achievement plans. If you visit a Starbucks roastery, you'll see baristas donning tan canvas aprons with leather straps. These special aprons are designed to withstand the labors that come with the art of roasting. Number 4, the Grammys. Besides cool aprons and feeding the hungry, Starbucks has shown multiple cases of initiative. The company stepped out of the coffee box when it purchased Hear Music in 1999. By 2002, the record label produced a Starbucks opera album, which featured artists like Luciano Pavarotti. The next notable album from Hear Music was the Memory Almost Full album by Paul McCartney, which dropped in 2007. McCartney was the first artist to sign to Hear Music. His new album was sold in several Starbucks outlets nationwide. However, Starbucks truly made its mark through a collaboration with Concord Records. The duo co-produced, marketed, and distributed the final album of blues musician Ray Charles in 2004. The album, Genius Loves Company, was a duet-centric masterpiece featuring artists like Norah Jones, Diana Krall, James Taylor, Elton John, Willie Nelson, and Bonnie Raitt. It became one of Ray Charles' most successful albums after acquiring multi-platinum stars with over 5 million copies sold. The album also won 8 Grammys, including Album of the Year and Record of the Year. In 2015, Neil Young released a single called A Rockstar Bucks a Coffee Shop on his album, The Monsanto Years. Cheeky. Neil's song criticized the company's alleged use of genetically modified foods and GMO company Monsanto. Starbucks getting dissed? Now that's full circle. And by the way, a lot of hard work and care goes into these videos, so if you could help us out and click that subscribe button, we would greatly appreciate it. Number 5. Sirens. Before Neil Young's diss, Starbucks was no stranger to attention, especially the negative kind. In 2008, Starbucks brought back its original brown logo to celebrate the company's heritage and 35 years of doing business. However, the logo sparked quite some controversy. Was it because of the hideous brown colorway? Not at all. Nowadays, the green staple of the crowned siren adorns every cup and shop location. However, the logo used to be a lot more controversial. The first Starbucks logo was a naked mermaid with a double fishtail which prominently featured her breasts and navel. By 1987, the logo was tweaked to cover her breasts with her flowing hair sparing the navel. A couple years later, the navel was cropped out too, and the Starbucks watermark was eventually cut in 2011. The original woodcut logo of Starbucks now adorns the company's headquarters in Seattle. In honor of the 3 founders' alma mater, the University of San Francisco, the logo's original brown color was switched to green. After entering the Saudi Arabia market in 2000, Starbucks took precautions by removing the siren from the logo and keeping only the crown with the country's locations. However, the logo was reverted to international standards in 2002. Number 6. Secret shops. Starbucks has been quite everything between adventurous and ambitious. Besides their ventures into music, they also have secret shops which feature distinct menus. Sometimes the secret shops serve as a testing point for new additions to the Starbucks menu. Suppose you enjoyed some weird combination drink on these menus. Expect to see it on the Starbucks menu soon enough. One such shop is the Roy Street Coffee and Tea in Seattle, which sells wine, beer, and gourmet cheeses that aren't mass-produced. The company purchased Seattle's best coffee in 2003, which has become one of the country's largest coffee beans wholesalers and roasters. Ethos Water, Tivana, Tazo, and Evolution Fresh have also joined the blossoming Starbucks army. Most of these products are available in every Starbucks. Number 7. Barista benefits. Starbucks has garnered a reputation for their great employee culture, ranging from fun aprons to healthcare benefits. Employees who work for 20 hours or more a week are granted full health benefits costing the company over $300 million annually, which exceeds the amount invested into coffee beans. And why not? Starbucks employees are some of the Earth's mightiest heroes. In 2016, Starbucks launched a program to donate all leftovers to feed the hungry around their locations. Every unsold meal, like sandwiches, salads, and more, were donated to the hungry. The heartwarming partnership with Feeding America has targeted all 7,000 locations in the United States. However, the neighborhood-friendly baristas spoke up for the needy and sparked the initiative for the campaign. And they followed it through. Not all heroes wear capes. Many more wear aprons. That was an especially juicy fact, right? I think that one definitely deserves a thumbs up. Number 8. Dumbucks. In 2014, Nathan Fielder executed a genius idea. The comedian opened a store in LA called Dumb Starbucks Coffee, which featured everything on the Starbucks menu, but with the dumb prefix. So we had dumb skinny vanilla lattes, dumb espressos, and dumb frappuccinos. The store even had some music titled Dumb Noah Duets and Dumb Jazz Standards. Not bad. People definitely had fun, but not Starbucks. But the company did not have to move an inch because the store only lasted 4 days before the LA Health Department shut it down due to a lack of proper permits. Number 9. Hacienda Alsacia. What could possibly be cooler for a coffee store chain than its own farm? In 2013, Starbucks purchased the the Hacienda Alsacia. The farm's 240-hectare area also hosts the company's global research and development facility. Starbucks' acquisition of the farm fulfills the company's Costa Rica ties, which have been apparent since 1971. Costa Rican coffee was one of Starbucks' major offerings as a coffee bean shop. Now, they make their own Costa Rican coffee. In 2018, Starbucks sold a limited edition offering of Hacienda Alsacia single origin coffee to honor the good old days. Number 10. Starbucks in Langley. For 20 years, Starbucks has unveiled 2 new stores daily. Crazy, right? Some towns really go caffeine crazy, like Manhattan with 241 locations. But even among the chaos, the company retains its sense of culture. About 1,600 of these locations are LEED certified, which means its shops are designed to incorporate energy-efficient, water-conserving buildings with sustainable materials. But that's not even the cool part. Starbucks pays keen attention to the local culture of its shops, which offer a unique experience to the community. Several stores showcase unique local designs, merchandise, art, and architecture, just like the Starbucks Castle in Prague, where customers can enjoy medieval cafes with a great view of the city. That's not even as crazy as it gets. America's most powerful organization, the CIA, has a Starbucks coffee house on the Langley campus. How sick is that? Now, this is a top secret shop because it doesn't show up on maps, and you certainly can't order a nice frappuccino without a security clearance. Baristas certainly don't write names with a Sharpie pen here, and they undergo thorough background checks before they're employed. Ultimately, the CIA is just another high-pressure working environment that has become a breeding ground for caffeine junkies. Thanks for sticking around until the end of the video.